thought it would be this easy to try and kill a U.S. presidential candidate, a former U.S. president at that, and twice in 2 months. Aside from sounding like a bad movie plot, it also makes the U.S. intelligence services look very bad.
Cellular data shows that the subject was in the vicinity of the golf course roughly 12 hours before the engagement with the United States Secret Service. By way of his background, in 2002, as the United States Attorney mentioned, the subject was charged and convicted in North Carolina for possession of a weapon of mass destruction. Law enforcement checks also revealed that from 1997 to 2010, the subject had numerous felony charges for stolen goods.
Even worse, not only was Ryan Ruth somehow miraculously aware of Trump's plans, but he was staking out the area the day before. And he still managed to get close to Trump despite his checkered background, a convicted felon with radical views and assassination fantasies. All that was public knowledge long before this happened, leaving lots of questions for the security services.
To my knowledge, the answer is no, I have no knowledge. I think what we're finding out, he's not from this area, which of course raises the bigger question is, how does a guy from not here get all the way to Trump International, realize that the president, former president of the United States is golfing, and is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? I think that's the question the FBI, the Secret Service are laser focused on today. Is this guy part of a conspiracy? Is he a lone gunman? If he's a lone gunman, President Trump is that much safer because we have him. But if he's part of a conspiracy, then this whole thing really takes on a very ominous tone.
He's asking the same question the rest of us are, and the FBI cannot be trusted to answer it. State and local law enforcement are the only way. Do not let them intimidate you, Sheriff Snyder.
The suspect's criminal record alone is cause for concern. Years of misdemeanors, concealing weapons, resisting arrest, possessing a weapon of mass destruction. He was arrested at least 8 times. So maybe someone for the authorities to monitor, you would assume. Add to that his radical passion for politics. Here are just a few of his tweets.
We need to end it in Moscow. We need our nuclear weapons back so that we can flatten Moscow and end evil so we do not have to deal with this again. Everyone, we must all go to Ukraine and stand for peace. I will fly to Ukraine and fight today, but I would like some verbal support. We must flood Ukraine with civilians from all countries to raise the cost of war for Putin. Make a media storm.
Oh, but there is more. Ryan Ruth not only actively recruited foreign mercenaries to go to Ukraine, but he was there himself. Here he is, at a protest for the Azov Battalion, which is notorious for its links to neo-Nazis and white supremacists. So much so that Washington had a weapons ban on them. That was until this year when they decided to scrap that restriction for obvious reasons. He was there holding a placard saying, "End Russia."
To me, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another. And Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit and we have to get along and work together and be normal human beings. This is 2022. We have to work together.
Ruth is also an author in his spare time. He wrote a book in which he daydreams about killing top politicians, including Vladimir Putin, of course.
The swirling question in every chat around the world is to why Putin has not been killed yet. In the USA, we have many killed. JFK, Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, Malcolm X, John Lennon, Tupac, Biggie, Jimmy Hoffa. So many that we cannot even remember them all. What has happened to the Russian people that they are brainwashed into totally blind sheep?
This is the man who somehow found out that Donald Trump would be playing golf, found out where and when, tracked him down, got within 300, 400 yards of him, set up an automatic rifle and his GoPro camera, and only then did someone spot him. And then it was thanks to a civilian that they caught him.
Did the one witness make it all possible? The answer is unequivocally yes. Just think a minute. Let's say he got down there, attempted assassination, nobody sees him, he gets away. Actually, he would have gotten away, but a civilian saw him. And they'd still be looking for him now. They'd first be doing fingerprints, all the things that we do, and then we would have had to find them. So, yeah, that witness deserves a lot of credit.
There were quite a few civilians trying to help law enforcement during the previous assassination attempt as well, remember? Trying to alert them that there is a man on a roof. Well, a brand new whistleblower report from a Republican now claims that security failures continued when Trump was taken to the hospital.
The lead agent responsible for the entire Butler visit, including the rally, failed a key examination during their federal law enforcement training to become a Secret Service agent and was known to be a lower caliber agent. The hospital site where former President Trump received treatment after the shooting was poorly secured, and the hospital site agent could not answer basic questions about site security.
They really learned their lesson that time, it seemed. And then it happened again, but this time with someone that definitely should have been on their radar. Once again, leaving many wondering how they could not have known.
Alleged Trump shooters' personal and public participation in military activity in Ukraine, it is hard to imagine this White House's agencies can claim zero contact, clean hands. Something of an Oswald vibe here. Congress should get answers.
If JFK's assassin was indeed connected to the CIA, as Edward Snowden has alluded, then what's stopping them from using this hippie-looking radical? After 2 assassination attempts in 2 months, it's natural that people are starting to ask questions, because there are only 2 options, really. They are either incompetent or in on it.